All right, here I am, the Couch Hustler. 23 houses that I purchased over creative financing and have now sold. I own none of these. These are all been sold and closed out transactions, all purchased through some type of creative financing. First one I ever did was 1910 2nd Street. It was actually built in the 1900s. The property was very old. And I was just a licensed realtor trying to basically sell the property as a licensed realtor for the client. He was an old poker buddy of mine, and he wanted to sell his property, so I tried to help him sell it. And in this time, I was already studying and how to do creative financing, basically like through Ron LeGrand's programming and other people that were on YouTube. And I mean, we had CDs, so whenever I did open houses, I was just listening to CDs and DVDs. But that's how I got educated into creative financing. I had heard of I knew a few people that were already doing creative financing, so I had a lot of questions with them and answers and whatnot. But that's how I was educating myself. Anyways, first deal I ever did, and it was a sub-2 deal. I really had no direction at all besides what I've heard and learned online and through CDs and just, the people that I was talking to. But I remember the payment on that house was exactly $863. And I was nervous as heck to take it over. I couldn't sell it as a realtor, and the seller didn't want it anymore. Any longer. He wanted to walk away from the property. And I was just like, well, deed it to me, and I'll make the payments for you. And it was my first time ever doing it, so I was nervous as heck. And I actually went and took it to an escrow company, and we did it through escrow. I paid the fees. I think it was like $1,000 or $1,100 at the time. And I started making his payment. I was nervous as heck because, I already had a rental or I was buying a house at that time. So I already had a mortgage. So I was nervous to make a second payment and not know if I was going to be able to rent it out right away. But I did it. And I remember making the first couple payments at Chase Bank. That's where his mortgage was, at Chase Bank. And I remember going in there for the first time, and the lady at the front, what do you call them, the cashier, the lady at the front there, she goes, "You know James?" Which was the owner of the house. And I was like, yeah, I'm his realtor. So just to show you how small of a town it was, and I was nervous making a payment on a loan that wasn't mine. But she let me make the payment. I mean, they didn't care. I made the payment. I made the payment every day. I walked it in every day, or every month. I walk it in and make the payment directly. That's how I was doing it. And I was nervous as heck doing this. Anyways, it didn't take too long. I cleaned it up. I really didn't do too much work to it because I didn't have a lot of cash to be able to do the work to it. So I just kind of cleaned it up. I don't even think I painted it, honestly. I just did like a small cleaning, and I did like a rent-to-own sign is all I did. And I rent-to-owned it right away. I did a lease option right away. Found a guy that was willing to give me $10,000 down. That's what I asked for at the time, was just $10,000. And to me, that was a lot of money back then to even get that, especially when I was just used to getting regular commissions of $100,000 was like $3,000. So for somebody to just give me $10,000 just to be a tenant, man, I was excited. And lease options are a whole nother ball game, which I could go into later on. But right now, I just want to talk about how I purchased 23 properties and basically what I'm doing now, and how just 23 properties is what's done it for me for the last 10 years. And I hear about all these other guys on YouTube that are doing like, I don't know, 100 deals, 200 deals nationwide. This is just in my town. I've only stuck to my county, my little jurisdiction, and purchased 23 properties over the 10 years. I'm still buying. I try to buy at least one property a year. Currently, I think I have 5 total. That's my amount that I have. All creative financing. I haven't got an actual loan in I don't know how long, unless it's a car loan or something like that. Other than that, I haven't really got a physical real estate loan in a long time. So, anyways, 1910 2nd Street. Put the guy in there, $10,000 down. I think I charged him $1,200 a month or $1,100 a month. My payment was $860. He ended up going okay for like 1 year, and then he defaulted. He couldn't make payments anymore. He knew the deal. He knew he was going to lose the $10,000. So I ended up getting the property back. And at that time, I had a little bit more money just selling real estate commissions. And I decided to fix up the property. So I put some paint in it. I put new countertops in the kitchen, and ended up selling it. I believe the loan amount on that property was, what was it? Man, I can't even remember that. I think it was under $100,000. It was under $100,000. Ended up selling it for like 146. I cleared like $30,000, $40,000 on the property. I couldn't believe it. I made $10,000 off the first lease option tenant, which was awesome. He defaulted, made the payment the whole time, and then I ended up turning around and making $40,000 on the deal. First deal. That's what really started it. First deal, 1910. Made almost $50,000 on my first deal. Talk about awesome, right? So it just blew up from there. And then I just started trying to buy as many properties as I could, any type of owner financing or sub two. Sub two was the way I went right away. It was the only way I really knew how to do anything. And that's how I was buying everything. So that's the first one, 1910 2nd Street, a sub two deal. Took over a payment of $800 a month, turned around and made $50,000 in a matter of 2 years. And went on to the next one, to be continued.